In today's video, I want to share 4 movie recommendations for when you are feeling lonely, sad, or just want a comforting watch. These films all have relatable characters that are going through it in one way or another, and whenever I rewatch them, it always brings me immense comfort, and I hope it does the same for you. Lost in Translation has to be first on the list. This movie is like the quintessential lonely girl or guy movie. Its lonesome vibes are off the charts. Lost in Translation has this dream-like quality that feels floaty and surreal, creating an air of disbelief that makes you wonder, is this really happening? Is she really in Japan in this hotel having these conversations with these people? I love the way it feels like time doesn't really exist in Lost in Translation. Everybody is up late or not sleeping through the night and kind of just wallowing in their own self-pity. The main character, played by Scarlett Johansson, is desperately lonely, but I love how quietly lonely she is. She never really has like a big breakdown in the movie. There's no tragic outburst of feelings or like huge crying scene. It's kind of this like suppressed loneliness. And that's what makes the movie very rewatchable. It's all very internalized, and this undercurrent of suppressed emotion is what makes the character feel so lonely and lost. The thing that makes this movie such a comforting watch, despite its lonely feeling, is the glimmers of hope and laughter, the small exchanges between characters that warm your heart or make you realize that no matter how old you are, you really don't have it all figured out, but that's okay. The backdrop of busy Tokyo is the perfect juxtaposition for a lonely character, and although this was in a pre-social media time, it perfectly echoes our world currently, where we are all supposedly so connected online, but yet we are experiencing a loneliness epidemic. Everything about this movie speaks to the lonely and lost viewer, and I think that's because it's drawing from director Sofia Coppola's personal experience with those emotions, and that's what makes this movie feel so authentic. Basically, any Sofia Coppola movie will hit the lonely chord though, so go back and binge all of them. You really can't go wrong. Frances Ha centers around a 27-year-old aspiring dancer living in New York City, played by indie darling Greta Gerwig, who also co-wrote the film with director Noah Baumbach. It's highly relatable if you have ever had a rift in a friendship or just felt lost in your life and career. In 2012, when I saw the movie at the cinema, I was blown away by its honest depiction of what it's like to be in your 20s and even sometimes in your 30s, and just kind of feeling like life is passing you by, you're not reaching any of your goals, and everything is just kind of slowly dismantling around you. It kind of echoes Scarlett Johansson's character in Lost in Translation, where you find yourself at this point in your life that is a crossroads. You know that you need to make a change, but you don't exactly know what that is yet, and you are mourning perhaps the death of a younger you or a dream that you once had, and now you have to find a new one. Facing all of those things is really overwhelming and can be extremely isolating, so this movie totally hits that feeling and makes you feel extremely seen. Watching someone else meander through their life and experience the many shortcomings and realization that your dreams might not come true sounds depressing, and maybe it is a little bit, but Frances Ha is so good at splicing in some Woody Allen-esque like humor to lift the mood or at least make you laugh at the characters' neuroses, and then hopefully at your own to make you realize that we are all in the same boat when it comes to figuring out life. The pacing of the film is just right for a comfort watch. It's not asking too much of you. And again, there is no big third act or, tragic thing that you have to process. It's more just a musing that looks really good on what it's like to be 27 and feel completely lost. I also love the fact that it is set in NYC and it is filmed in black and white. I found that very cool. And the way Frances kind of wanders through New York City, which is supposedly where you go to make all your dreams come true, it gives it this kind of glimmer of hope. Like she's in the right place, so she just has to find out what she wants to do. And New York gives you that feel of just around the corner, there could be something amazing about to happen. I could put a lot of Jim Jarmusch movies on this list, but Broken Flowers is definitely the one that feels the most emotionally driven and accessible, which makes it the perfect comfort watch. The second film on the list to feature Bill Murray, which is nice too. Broken Flowers follows Bill Murray along his journey to find out which ex-girlfriend sent him a mysterious pink letter announcing that he has a son. It's full of mixed emotions and it highlights how lonely Bill Murray really is in his old age. Once a bachelor with a long list of partners, he is now trawling through his past, trying to find some meaning and grasp on to possibly a real relationship. This exploration of his past showcases the different lives he could have had and how time changes everything. I think time is a concept that can make us all feel nostalgic and a little sad. And I think that's where the loneliness in the film comes from. Much as the previous films have centralized around one character and their struggle, Broken Flowers doesn't differ, but it offers up vignettes of others from the main character's past who are also grappling with various emotions and also haven't found total happiness. Again, there's no heavy-hitting crescendo in Broken Flowers. It's a true indie film in its pacing. I particularly love its ability to showcase the reality of an older character that hasn't really figured their life out. And this is both worrying but also comforting that, again, it doesn't matter who you are or how old you are, life is always difficult to navigate. My second favorite film by Luca Guadagnino, the hot, sexy, steamy summer movie we all went crazy for, Call Me By Your Name. This might not initially feel like a lonely pick, but when you look beyond the aesthetics, which are gorgeous, you could literally watch this with the sound off and be very happy, it's actually really very sad. When I saw this at the cinema the first time, I was kind of more interested in the aesthetics and the sexiness of it all. And then on a second watch at the cinema, I was literally in tears. Call Me By Your Name perfectly illustrates the feeling of longing for another person. And furthermore, when this longing isn't fully reciprocated or seen through as the Timothée Chalamet character desires so much, it brings heavy feelings of that gut-wrenching first-time heartbreak. We go through the motions with these characters, and its coming-of-age narrative allows us to experience the full breadth of emotion amidst lush sunshine, sexy summer swims, and eventually sadness and tears, but in a beautiful way that felt romantic and short-lived like any cliche summer fling would be. The yearning, longing, and lusting give it a little bit more of a ramped-up vibe in comparison to our other movies on this list. But it still captures that lost in love feeling that we can all relate to and want to see depicted when we are feeling a little blue. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe as I have many more coming. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know below if you have any cozy, comforting movies that you like to watch when you are feeling a bit lonely or sad.